Hey bakers, so Brenna has recently discovered biscuits and gravy, and for dinner she's requesting, you guessed it, buttermilk biscuits. So let's make some biscuits. Now, this recipe is going to make about 12 large biscuits. If you want, cut it in half and only make 5, but we are a family of 5 and we like this kind of stuff. So you need 5 cups of flour, followed by 2 teaspoons of salt, followed by 5 tablespoons of baking powder. And you're just gonna give this a nice quick little stir with a fork. Then you're gonna need 2 sticks or 1 cup of cold butter. Now, a lot of people like to take their butter and using a cheese grater, grate it in. I don't, I like mine kind of chunkier. So we're gonna do this and break it up, and then we're just gonna break it up in our hands and make it so it's very, very crumbly. All right, so this is going to be a while and many takes because my husband keeps on saying to me, dig a little deeper from The Princess and the Frog, and making fun of me in the background. So you hear him. It's not just me. All right, so this is what our flour looks like. That butter is nice and broken up. Now, if you are one of those bakers that does not like baking with her hands, this is not the job for you. Biscuits are better made with your hands. All right, so we're going to dig a little bit of a well, and then we're going to use 2.5 cups of buttermilk. Now, if you don't have buttermilk, it is super easy to make. It's 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. So it's a 1-to-1, 1 cup of milk to 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And then we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of honey. Now, I like these with hot honey, but my kids don't always like hot honey, so we're just gonna use regular honey today. All right, and then we're just gonna start mixing it. We're not gonna over mix it because if we do, it's gonna be, he's playing this song now. It's gonna be overly crumbly. All right, so, my light just went out. All right, so we're not gonna over mix it. So we're just gonna get our hands in here. We're just gonna start kind of swirling it around and getting it mixed. It's going to be super crumbly, but we're gonna wind up folding it in on itself on a well-floured surface. So just kind of start mixing it until you get it all incorporated. You don't want to like squidge and smudge. We just want to get it so that milk is nice and absorbed to where we can put it on our countertop. So just kind of do a nice little turnabout. Plus, all those chunks of butter that are left are going to make this so much more fluffy and just so good. All right, we got a little bit more. Starting to come together really well here. All right, so I've scraped off my hands. I'm gonna drop you guys down, and I am going to flour my surface very well here. All right, and then I'm gonna just get my batter, my dough, onto my surface, and we're gonna work it until we get it into a rectangle. It is sticky, that's what we want. So kind of flour your hands, and clearly my pants. Okay, we're gonna form it into a rectangle. And then we're just gonna keep spreading it out with our hands. I might need a little bit more. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it over and fold it over on itself. And then we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna spreading it out, and now we're gonna turn it the opposite way. Fold it over, fold it over. Do that 2 more times. So flatten it, turn it, fold it, flatten it, turn it, fold it, fold it. We've done it our final time. So now I'm just going to, so this is our pan that we're going to use. I'm just going to try to get it to match up to the size because I don't make rings out of mine. I just like them to fit in because we're going to use it for biscuits and gravy. So who cares if you have a perfectly round biscuit. All right. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down the center with my cutting tool. So the reason why we did that process is think croissants. The more layers we add, the more flaky layers that we're gonna be able to peel off of these. Okay, and I'm just going to cut them and place them in my baking tray. And they should fit perfectly in my baking tray. Now, these are gonna go into a 425-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. At the 15-minute mark, we're gonna pause and paint them with a Honey Buddy honey butter mixture, which is a quarter of a cup of melted butter and a tablespoon of honey that you just melt down and mix together. And at the 15-minute mark, we're just going to paint over it and let them cook up the rest of the way. I'll pause and show you how that whole thing goes. The timer is going off. Oh my God, these look amazing so far. Look at these. So all we have here is a quarter of a cup or half a stick of butter, 1 tablespoon of honey, and we're just gonna douse them with it. And we wanna use all of this. Don't push on the biscuits though, because we don't wanna flatten that beautiful puff. Get these all covered. Oh my God, these are gonna be so good. Pop them back in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes or until lightly golden brown, and then these suckers are ready to eat. Guys, they're all done. Look at how golden brown and delicious these look. So hot. Let me get one out. Look at how these are like lava right now. Look how light and flaky. Right? Super buttery, super flaky, that crunchy outside, buttermilk goodness. Now to have these with some biscuits, some gravy. Oh. Try this recipe out, you guys. Let me know what you think.